Hey, what's up? I've been going through a course by a guy called Wim Hof. Just in case you don't know who he is, he's also known as the Iceman. He climbed Mount Everest in shorts without oxygen, and he holds various records for being submerged in ice and ice water for something like an hour or 2 hours or some ridiculous amount like that. And as I said, I've been going through his course, and that means I've been taking not completely cold showers, but at the end of the cold shower I'll turn it to cold for 30 seconds, and in the past 2 days I've been having cycles of hot, cold. And I'd like to summarize what I've learned in just one sentence that I hope is kind of enlightening. I hope it can change the way we think about things. And the sentence is, we don't know how, let me try it again. Our bodies don't know how to keep us warm. They don't know how to keep us warm. Not properly, anyway. From the moment we were kids, our parents, don't let them get cold. Oh, he's gonna get cold. Put some warm clothes on him. And then when you go to school, the teachers say, don't go outside without a jacket. In fact, it's plausible that you're not even allowed to go outside without a jacket. And then by the time you're 18 or whatever like that, you have a habit. And when you go outside and it's cold, you rug up. When I was living in Birmingham, England, I was wearing a scarf, a big jacket, a beanie, gloves. I needed all that. I mean, yeah, it was cold. It was snowing, but I needed that. I couldn't go outside without that. My body had reached a point where I needed to have warm clothes to go outside. And I certainly have cold hands frequently. Like, try to go to shake someone's hand and it's like, because the hands are cold, and I'm thinking, oh no, person's gonna think I have cold hands and think I'm lame. But whatever, the problem is, like, hands are cold. Like, what's with that? It's silly. And I can't really go outside when it's super cold unless I'm rugged up, which is pretty typical. It's not unusual. Most people can't go outside if it's cold without the appropriate clothing. That's how we are. But is that how it's meant to be? I don't think so. This is what Wim Hof says. He says we've been conditioned to need to be comfortable. Back in the early days, before housing, like I almost want to say before agriculture, but I want to say like before, like proper built housing, before masonry, before we reached that kind of like level of technology in the world. Cavemen and just people walking outside. It's freaking piss cold in the night. I reckon probably 250,000 years ago, people were just outside, just like, man, in the middle of the night, just like, yeah, whatever. And I think it's because their bodies, of course, this is just conjecture, I believe, their bodies just knew how to keep warm. Just no problem, it's fine. Just, okay, the body just keeps warm. And what does that mean for the body to know how to keep warm? Well, it means that your cells know how to recruit whatever, glucose or fat or whatever. It knows how to burn raw materials to generate heat when necessary. For example, if you've never taken a cold shower or something like that, or not recently anyway, you probably get into the cold shower and you're like, and it's like unpleasant and it's difficult and you're gasping for air and you're all cold and it's uncomfortable. It's like, the water's cold, oh no. And that's ridiculous. That is, imagine how weak that is on the scale of ability for mammals, not humans, mammals. You spray some other mammal, like let's say a kangaroo. Is that a mammal? I don't know. I was never really good at that stuff. You spray it with cold water, it's just gonna be like, oh, it's cold water, whatever. It's no big deal. And you can't say, oh, but they have fur, because water penetrates fur. You know, fur stops air, but if the cold water that goes right there. Any animal, just they stand outside in the freezing cold and the rain and just like, oh yeah, it's fine. Oh, but not us humans, not anymore. No, we get cold. We go out in the cold and we're like, oh no, oh, it's so cold. You ever leave a club at 3 a.m. and it's a bit cold and you're walking home like what is that? I don't believe, since I've been interested in Wim Hof, I first saw him on the Joe Rogan show and then just watched a few videos of him on YouTube before going through his course. I no longer believe that humans are meant to be cold so easily. And consider what that means. If us as humans, we can just get cold easily, what does that imply about the state of our bodies and how fit we are, how strong we are, compared to how strong we are meant to be as humans? It doesn't seem right. I don't want to go into yakking on about like, oh, selling the idea of like, imagine the benefits that you could have if you could withstand cold, or that's not what we're here about. I just wanted to express the idea I have that I think we've got it wrong about this try to be warm all the time with clothing and air conditioning and sealing up the house and never going outside unless we're totally rugged up. I think the right idea is to learn again to have the human ability to be in the cold and be like, yeah, so what? It's cold. I assume that if we regain that ability, we'll probably have better metabolism, we'll probably be, probably our brains will work better, we'll have better respiration, be able to do more physical things, I assume so. So I'm going down that path. I'm gonna learn to handle the cold, no problem. I hope that it does a lot of good for me. I think humans need to move in that direction. We need to move away from just like, ooh, I'm a little snowflake and I need comfort. We need to leave that behind. We need to change our view on the topic, and we need to embrace being more uncomfortable, because we're only be uncomfortable for a little while. We need to embrace the weather and be okay with it. I think it'll make us tougher, stronger, better, faster, those kind of things. If you're compelled to buy into this idea, just get on YouTube. You're already there. Just go hit your search thing right now. Just type Wim Hof. Maybe tap a like before you do it. Start exploring, because it seems very compelling and very interesting. I think it can do a lot of good for all of us. So enjoy. See you in the next video.